You know, guys, there is a question we all want to answer deep down that is not necessarily related to World of Tank Blitz at all, but rather to reality. How much would it cost to fill up an entire tank? And of course, as it's a pretty expensive item, we know for sure that not a single one of us is capable of buying a tank to give us the proof. But there are some influencers out there that are capable of doing so, such as Eddie Hall. For those of you out there that don't know who is Eddie Hall, it's basically a strongman that once held the world record for deadlift. It was something like 500 or 510 kilograms, and you have the video right there, the footage. And to be honest with you, it's pretty big, because the big boy here is at least weighing 170, maybe even 180 kilograms. And to be able to put up such strongness in one bar, you even see the bar bending, it's just crazy. And before we get to the main subject of that video, here is his YouTube channel. He's sharing some motivation, daily life, etc. It's quite interesting, so you should definitely check it out. Now let's roll. 3 weeks ago, he uploaded a video called "How much does it cost to fill up my tank in 2022?" And of course, with the increase of the fuel prices and also my interest into that question, I decided to take a look with you at this. The first thing our friend is doing is showing the tank, and it pretty much looks like a Vickers but reskinned, maybe a little bit more modern tank. I couldn't tell you exactly what kind of tank it is. If I'm not mistaken, in the video he says that it's an Eagle. Eagle what? We don't know. I don't know if it's effectively something that is used by the British Army currently, because he's living in the UK. But I feel like it's important from the USA, because I don't see how the UK is just handling a road legal tank just like that. One thing that is hilarious to see is that the guy actually knows how to drive the tank. I feel like it's only to a gas pedal or something like that. And seeing that he arrives at the gas station just like that is hilarious. Because even if it's not the biggest of all tanks, it really makes you realize how big those things are. Compare it to the size of the car that he's going to sit next to. It's just twice the size, knowing that it's one of the smallest tanks. Something quite interesting he's telling us in this video is about the fueling method for the tank, because that thing can hold around 1,000 liters or something like that. And he's explaining that every time he arrives to 100 pounds of fuel put into the tank, the machine just blocks. You gotta pay and come back, I guess, to avoid frauds in order to get the gas pumping. And the worst part of this is that in the US, you have the possibility of not holding the mechanism for the fuel to get pumped in. But in the UK, you need to force on it. And even him, one of the strongest men of all time, just struggle, because you see with the time lapse he's taking ages and ages to fit it up. And we arrive at the end of the video where he's just telling us the real price, because the tank he received was already sent with some fuel. And basically, this is what he put on top of what was already available into the tank, what allowed him to go from, I guess, his house to the pump. But there is something quite interesting about that, because now he's gonna just give us the real price, and it's 1030, so 1,030 pounds, the equivalent of 1,187 American dollars. So you definitely need to be rich to be able to drive this daily. And of course, because I'm quite curious, I decided to apply those prices to the biggest tank we ever saw in World of Tank Blitz, and that literally the world ever see, the Mouse. The Mouse has a fuel capacity of 2.7 thousand liters. So approximately 4 or 5 times what we currently saw in Eddie Hall video. So we only have to do a little bit of math in order to know that it would cost around $4.2 thousand in order to fill up the tank of the Mouse. It's just ridiculous and hilarious at the same time. You would need to really be rich, but at the same time, when you see the size of that thing, because yes, you see it in World of Tank Blitz, but you don't see it in reality. In reality, that thing was so wide that You don't feel like it's too much compared to the size of it, but obviously if it had to drive or to be driven during World War II, it would have been much cheaper because the gas prices were definitely below the line we already cross every single day nowadays. And of course, we talked about the biggest tank in World of Tank Blitz, but we didn't talk about the smallest. So how much would it cost to fuel up a UE-57? Because I'm pretty sure that a lot of you are thinking currently that, well, you would have enough in your pocket right now to fit it up. Let's see if it's true. And it's actually true. You would have enough in your pocket to be able to fit it up at least for one go, because the fuel capacity is only 56 liter. To tell you about that, boys, it's less than the car I'm currently driving, which is really weird when you think about it. So if you wanted to go for a ride with the UE-57 until it doesn't have any more fuel, it would only cost you $85. So now you can tell your people, you can tell whoever you want that it's more expensive to drive a tank than it is to drive a car. So yeah, that's it for today, boys. I just wanted to do a video on that because I thought it would be hilarious to do and I had quite fun doing so. Maybe that in the future I will try to do some videos like that from time to time if we have something interesting on YouTube to talk about. And well, if you enjoyed, you know what to do. Feel free to subscribe, like and share, and tell me in the comments what kind of tank you're capable of driving with your current bank account, the mouse or the UE-57. And I'm gonna see you soon for a new video. Bye.